Before we wrap up on the economic front, I'm going to be talking to Andrew Lee in a moment, I should mention. He's the Assistant Minister for Competition, Charities and Treasury. First, I haven't heard from Greg Hunt, the former Health Minister. You and I are basically talking about him every day for a couple of years there, but he's appeared today with our colleague.
He was as well known as the Prime Minister during the pandemic, wasn't he? Our colleague Ashleigh Gillon had the former Health Minister Greg Hunt on earlier, where she took the opportunity to get his first comments on the Scott Morrison secret ministries scandal. Former High Court Judge Virginia Bell is expected to report by the end of this month on this matter, as I understand it. And that's into this process where Scott Morrison secretly swore himself in as Finance Minister, Treasurer, Health Minister and Resources Minister during and after the first pandemic response. Mr Hunt was the only one of those ministers who knew he was sharing portfolios with the PM after Mr Morrison said he needed to share the powers with him under the Biosecurity Act. Well, Greg Hunt says there's always a need to review those decisions and that the sort that are made during the pandemic, and that he has responded to questions from Ms Bell. Sounds more like a written sort of inquiry here rather than an actual interview process.
It was done as a contingency, and the Prime Minister, when he announced the Biosecurity Act, announced that he was the co-holder of those powers.
So no regrets about how all that has played out since
They're always reviewing, but my focus, honestly, has been on how we continue to take the health of Australians forward.
Have you been interviewed by Virginia Bell and her team, and what are you expecting her to find at the end of her inquiry?
I'll leave the responses. We said at the time when we were asked about a month ago that we'd respond, which we did.
Andrew, Clennell, thank you.